Hello guys, in this video we'll be looking at the preview of Chelsea versus AC Milan. Chelsea play a final pre-season friendly match against AC Milan in Stamford Bridge later today, and the match is going to take place at Stamford Bridge 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Enzo Maresca had his press conference on Thursday prior to the first friendly match we played against Bayer Leverkusen. And in that press conference, Enzo Maresca made mention of some couple of players that won't be available. And he went on to state that Leverkusen is injured. And that has been a debate even up till this moment. But as we go into this game today, I will be making my predicted 11 against AC Milan with the available squad Enzo Maresca used to make his selection against Bayer Leverkusen. So in that press conference on Thursday, the 7th of August 2025, Enzo Maresca stated it clearly that Wesley Fofana will not be available for the friendlies, that is against Bayer Leverkusen and against AC Milan, but he will be available for the opening EPL match against Crystal Palace. And he also went on to say that both Christopher Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson are left out of the squad. And Enzo Maresca went on to make his selection against Bayer Leverkusen, which we actually saw. And in that match, Enzo Maresca went with Jorgensen in goal. In the right back was Malo Gusto. In the centre backs, we have Josh Akenpong and Trevor Chalobah, and the left back was Marco Kurela. The defensive midfielders were Moses Caicedo and Andre Santos, while the attacking midfielders were Tarek George playing from the left, Cole Palmer in the middle, and in the right wing was William Esteval. And up front, Liam Delap was given the nod to start. So that was how Chelsea lined up against Bayer Leverkusen in our first pre-season friendly match after returning from the World Cup break, Club World Cup break. So going into the game today, I will be expecting Enzo Maresca to actually make a selection that might look like how Chelsea will be lining up against Crystal Palace next week Sunday when we take Crystal Palace in our opening EPL match on the 17th. So I want to believe at this point in time every players available are fully fit because by the time of this recording, Enzo Maresca never had any press conference prior to this match. So I want to go by the first press conference which he actually made on Thursday, and to know that to make my predicted 11 and to see how Chelsea might possibly line up against AC Milan, and which might just be the possible Chelsea 11 against Crystal Palace when we take them in Stamford Bridge in our opening EPL match. So, quickly, in the last match, we saw Philip Jorgensen in goal, in between the sticks. So in this match, I'll go with Robert Sanchez to be in goal in between the sticks. In the right back, I'll go with Reece James. The left back, I'll go with Marco Kurela. At the centre backs, this time around, I'll go with Joel Ato and Trevor Chalobah. That will be my 4 defense players. Left back is Marco Kurela. The centre backs, we have Joel Ato and Trevor Chalobah. And in the right back, I'll go with Reece James, the team captain. In the deep-seated midfield, I will go with Moses Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. And in the attacking midfield, I will still go with the same players Enzo Maresca used against Bayer Leverkusen. The left wing, I will only change Tarek George and bring in Gittins. While behind the striker will be Cole Palmer. And in the right wing, I'll still prefer Esteban William to start. And up front, I will start with João Pedro. This is how I will expect Enzo Maresca to make his selection. It looks like the starting 11 that Chelsea will use against Crystal Palace in our opening game next Sunday. Now, I haven't looked at the players available for selection. Of course, it's a friendly game, and I believe the manager has the right to change every player if he so desires to do so. But for the first 45 minutes of the game, I would like to see, this is my predicted 11, which I will want to see. But let's see what Enzo Maresca is going to come up with, because going into the season, Chelsea are looking pretty confident. The players are looking very fit. The players are looking sharp. And we actually saw that in the match against Bayer Leverkusen. But in this particular game, it's going to be a different ball game. AC Milan have had some couple of matches in this preseason, and they have been looking very good and a well compact team. And coming against Chelsea this time, it's not going to be like the one we play against Bayer Leverkusen. Actually, Bayer Leverkusen never actually came to the party. They were not looking that good, and Chelsea actually ran them out. Chelsea pressed them very high, and I want to believe the AC Milan game is going to be a different ball game completely. But I still expect Chelsea to play much better because the momentum at which Chelsea are now as the world champion is one level that have actually raised the confidence of the players. And like I said in my previous video, that is in the review against Bayer Leverkusen, Chelsea looked like a team that have resumed preseason a couple of weeks ago. But you wouldn't know they just resumed into Coban just this week, on Monday precisely, and they played their first preseason match against Bayer Leverkusen on Friday. So I would expect a lot in the game, and I expect to see so many changes too. And also I expect Chelsea to continue with that 4-2-3-1 formation which was played against Bayer Leverkusen, and I want to see a very high pressing game. I think Chelsea have everything it takes, even though it's a friendly, to still defeat AC Milan in Stamford Bridge. So we'll be expecting a lot in tonight's game because it's the last friendly game, and this is one game that will decide who Enzo Maresca will be picking to be part of the first 11. A couple of changes will definitely occur. Just like the right back, talking about Rhys James, I'll prefer Rhys James start the game. Even though he didn't start, I just know he will come from the bench, but I'll prefer he start as team captain, and also he starts against Crystal Palace come next Sunday because he's the team captain, even though I know that Chelsea are trying everything possible to see how they will manage Rhys James' injury crisis. But so far so good. Rhys James has been looking very good. He's looking very confident, and the way he carries the team along has been very amazing. So my predicted 11 against AC Milan will be Robert Sanchez in goal. In the right back, I want to see Rhys James. The centre backs, Jorel Ato and Trevor Chalobah. The left back will be Marco Kurela. The defensive midfielders, I will play Moses Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. And in the attacking midfielder, Gittins will be at the left wing, Kopama at the centre, and Estevao William at the right. And up front, I would prefer to see Joao Pedro. So this will be my starting 11 against AC Milan. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video after the match has been played. I'll give you the preview of that particular game and how it happened. Bye.